You're watching Camnet TV Main News. To present the news, my name is Banda Tandiwe. Let's take a look at the headlines. James LUKUKU appears in court posthumously. 3 men defile a 12-year-old girl in LUSAKA'S KANYAMA compound. HH demands for the immediate extension of the voter registration exercise. In international news, 10 rescued from Nigeria baby factory. In sports news, owner JANZA explains causes of age cheating amongst Zambian players. Do join us for the details after this break.
Hello, have you heard about Musika? Do you know that you can advertise for as low as 150 kwacha for 30 seconds? Well, Musika is here. Advertise on Musika between 17 hours and 18 hours. Just tell us about the services that you offer and we'll gladly put you on the market. For more details, you can contact
+260 953 995099 +260 962 444 726 or +260 971 177 467.
Musika, allowing your business to grow.
Have you had issues in your life and family? Has your life been stagnant or you have been going in circles? All hope is not lost. Your life will bounce back again. Dr. Francis Miles will be speaking at the Court of Heaven Conference on Thursday 3rd and Friday 4th December 2020 from 17 hours to 19 hours. On Saturday the 5th of December 2020, Dr. Francis Miles will conduct a full-day seminar on destroying evil limiting altars. Time 09 hours to 16:30 hours. Lunch and drinks will be on sale. On Sunday, Dr. Miles will conduct a service at 09 hours to 11 hours with your hosts, Pastor Victoria and Moses Chilua. Venue, the Healing Word Ministries International. Music by Kings Malembe Malembe. Admission is free.
Welcome back. Thank you so much for staying with us. We begin with our first news item. A 12-year-old girl of LUSAKA'S KANYAMA compound has been defiled by 3 men on Wednesday morning. Facts are that the 3 men broke into the house where the girl was sleeping whilst her mother was away. Meanwhile, another 9-year-old girl of the same compound and area has been defiled by an alleged Rwandese national who runs a shop in the area. The suspect has since been arrested by the police and is currently in detention. More details in this report.
The country has continued to experience more cases of child defilement despite several interventions being put in place to raise awareness and enact laws to combat the vice, with the latest being that of a 9-year-old girl of KANYAMA compound who was defiled on 3 occasions by a foreign national who runs a shop. The abuse happened every time the girl was sent to buy merchandise at his shop. The matter was taken up by members of the community who reported the incident and made sure the culprit was apprehended by the police at Los Angeles in KANYAMA.
Kaswa mzima kujua msho. Neze kuna mwana is admitted in Chani hospital. So na pana wapi kwa hospital na tempa niste bwanji. Nikazimwe kasha pele ni mwana umanyere. Ni mwana mfumikizini. So sinilipo na sala chena wambia wake patient. So ndipo na hapo kwamba mwana wanu kutoka kuma 7 kwa toka hapo. Sanaonekele baso mwingine rana naye pamoja. Ndimo tunamtengera gratis wakaina tamtanga naye pansi tambo mfunza kila. Wenzo waindi stachani weze kutengeneza kushopo stachani. Fika pale stachani. Atao kulipa. Ndimo anapomtengera tambo nyengelea ile watu. Na kwambo mfunza. Ndipo mnana bila uru. Kamlana ulula wanaenda kuja kushoku kwambo mufunzo ja mnyama atanasta kwanje kanasa. Ndipo naye mbekezera kiteba ke babwera
And in another development, the story of this girl in Kanyama reflects the situation which can be said to be a manifestation of family disintegration in various communities. The child has been made vulnerable by a mother who is a divorcee and spends more time drinking alcohol. Information gathered by this journalist indicates that the child is usually alone. The three men took advantage of the vulnerability of the child who was alone in the house in the early hours of today.
Therefore, it is our job to sensitize the nation, in the community more especially, where we are, to everybody who is getting this news, to that they must be very much sensitive in such issues, to report any matter that they hear of such kind. Because tomorrow it will be their child in this situation. There is no way one keeps quiet when this thing is...
The girl has since been taken to the Department of Social Welfare as there was no one to take care of her. And Concerned Citizens for Human Rights and Justice Operations Manager Frederick Riteta is disappointed that children have continued to suffer abuse from inconsiderate individuals. Patrick Soko, Camnet News in Lusaka.
The family of the murdered prominent Lusaka medical doctor Tassila Tembo has accused the Zambia Police Service of being reluctant in ensuring that justice prevails over the matter of the relative. The family at a media briefing explained that they have not slow movements in pursuing murder suspect Lieutenant Nigel Mwava by taking him to court following his arrest. Family spokesperson Mary Katongo further wonders why the police are not involving the family in their investigation, stating that this is raising even more suspicion on whether or not the late Dr. Tembo will be given justice even in her death. But the Zambia Police Service has advised the family to give the police chance as they pursue the matter. Here's a report.
After several days of being on the run, Lieutenant Nigel Mwamba, aged 33, the accused person behind the murder of Dr. Tassila Tembo, was arrested last Saturday at the victim's grave. His arrest can be described as the pain felt when one adds salt to a fresh wound. Dr. Tassila's family has been taken back to the mourning period. Family spokesperson has accused the Zambia Police Service of being reluctant and not involving the family in this matter thus far. The family told the media that the police have not even bothered to let the family identify the murder suspect. Plus, they are wondering when the suspect will be taken to court. The family fears that Lieutenant Nigel will go unpunished, hence calling on all well-wishers in the legal fraternity to come on board and offer legal advice to the family.
The non-compliance of the police in this case and interference of Nigel's family to our family, Tassila's family. You know, even after we've lost Tassila, we had a very big challenge whereby Tassila's mother has never been well. As we are speaking, she's in hospital. She's been down for 3 weeks ever since we buried Tassila. She's been sick. So we didn't even have time even to come all of us together to talk about that, to talk about the way forward. One thing which was really, we were lost because Nigel was nowhere to be seen. But we thank God, Nigel has been found on Saturday. And all that we're waiting for, even when we were having rumors from here to there, one thing we didn't want to do is to take the law into our own hands. So as a family, we thought we should be guided. And as a family, we should know where to start from. You know, when a case has happened, a big case like this, losing a life of a person who was a pillar of the family, we become headless. We are like, we don't know where to start from. So just because of, we have kept quiet for some time, we haven't made any statements. Even when the media could come to us, they could ask anybody. But now, we have decided today to voice out, to cry to people out there, because this one, it is like we need guidance. We need justice to be prevailed. And the only way justice will be prevailed, we need to be helped by people. Like we are asking, even out there, lawyers who can come on board to help us.
But in response to this, police have advised the family of the late Dr. Tarsila Tembo to give chance to the police to do their work. Police spokesperson Esther Katongo says there are procedures which are followed before a suspect is taken to court. She has further added that it should also be noted that the police do not parade suspects to families of accused persons.
Witnesses were already called in to identify the suspect, hence there was no need for the family to offer themselves to identify the suspect unless there are witnesses. The other issue we need to put into perspective is that the police did not at any point send the mother of the suspect to the family of the deceased person, because that is outside our jurisdiction as Zambia Police. Before the suspect is charged, there are procedures to be done, such as conducting identification parade and scene reconstruction, and this is among many other issues that are taken into consideration so as to strengthen the case. If the family members need information on the matter, they need to engage the police and request for whatever information they would need, and that should be done in an orderly manner. The police has and will never have anything to hide in this matter, just like in many other cases that we are handling.
On the 28th of October 2020, police found the body of Dr. Tarsila Tembo at Mikango area. Dr. Tembo was known for presenting a health program at the national broadcaster. Sharon Kalimbula, Camnet News, Lusaka.
National Democratic Congress NDC President Chishimba Kambwili says he can't stomach media reports suggesting that the National Pension Scheme Authority NAPSA intends to purchase a Chrisma Hotel at a cost of $18 million. Mr. Kambwili says while it is not wrong for NAPSA to invest in various projects to generate income that can go even towards payments of terminal benefits to retirees, he finds the amount being quoted as being exorbitant. But a statement dated 2nd December 2020 by NAPSA head of communications Kefas Sinyangwe and unveiled to the media has refuted reports suggesting that NAPSA has or is in the process of buying the said hotel. The institution says such reports are just mere speculations as there is no grain of truth.
According to various Zambian media reports, Lusaka businessman Valden Findlay has been quoted as having had offered Chrisma Hotel for sale to the National Pension Scheme Authority NAPSA at a staggering or whopping $18 million. This purported deal has seen widespread reactions from Zambians expressing various opinions on the transaction. National Democratic Congress NDC President Chishimba Kambwili says, though he sees nothing wrong in NAPSA investing in projects which will in turn help pensioners get their money, he has a problem with the money being quoted.
I want to make it very clear that there's absolutely nothing wrong in NAPSA investing in infrastructure, in hotels, and in any other business so that they can raise money to pay the pensioners when the time comes. But in doing that, the law is very clear that NAPSA must stick to the norms that whatever investment they take their money into must benefit the pensioners. So like I've said, there's absolutely nothing wrong. But what is of concern here is the amounts that they are quoting for Chrisma Hotel.
Dr. Kambwili urges those behind the transaction, if indeed it is true, to search their souls, as one day their deeds will come to haunt them.
There is no way we can buy Chrisma Hotel through NAPSA at 18 million. That is a scandal that you don't need to be a rocket scientist. And those who are involved, please do the right thing on behalf of the pensioners and the people of Zambia. If it is true, Chrisma Hotel is 18 million and NAPSA wants to buy it, I'll leave it to the people of Zambia and those who are involved to search their conscience.
But the National Pensions Scheme Authority, NAPSA, in a media statement to Camnet TV News through Head of Corporate Affairs, Kefas Nyangwe, has dismissed reports alleging that the authority has purchased a Charisma Hotel in Lusaka. Mr. Sinyangwe emphatically says the authority has no intentions of buying the hotel as being suggested. Kalan Muchima reporting for Camnet News in Lusaka.
United Party for National Development UPND leader Hakainde Hichilema has asked the Electoral Commission of Zambia ECZ to extend the voter registration exercise to allow all eligible citizens to register as voters. Mr. Hichilema demands comes in the wake of the revelation by the Commission that only 2.7 million people as of last week were captured in 3 weeks against the targeted 9 million voters in 30 days. The opposition leader was speaking during a media briefing in Lusaka on Wednesday. Mr. Hichilema notes that the current law provides for a continuous voter registration process as provided in the Electoral Act number 15 of 2016, hence the need to extend the process. Meanwhile, the opposition leader has asked the Commission to urgently deploy extra manpower and open all polling stations at once across the country in order to enhance the process and capture all eligible voters. Last week, the ECZ, through the Chief Electoral Officer Patrick Shindano, told the nation that the ECZ will not extend the voter registration period, adding that the system will automatically shut on the 12th of December 2020.
You have the power to do something. Do something. Otherwise, you will be denied the right to choose the leadership you believe has the vision, has the quality, management capability to run this country. That's what PF is up to. Simple, straight, clear, naked. You don't have to look for it. The Electoral Commission has announced that so far, they've registered under 3 million voters. I believe I'm right. That's an official position they put. This is 3 weeks down the road. We're left with 1 week, according to their program. Thereabout. Is it possible to register the remaining 6 million voters? 6 plus. It is not possible. So what is the intention of the PF government? Is to cause chaos in the 2021 elections. We say no to chaos. We refuse to be driven into a chaotic situation, to be dragged there. We are seeing where we are being dragged to. We are saying to PF no. And to Zambians that time to stand up for your rights has come. You always say, what is HH saying about it? HH keeps on talking. What's Narumango saying about it? Narumango talks. This one also talks. It is now for you to stand up for your rights.
And GIA's initiative Copperbelt anchor Noel Chiseve says Zambia is in a crisis when it comes to the voter registration exercise. Mr. Chiseve tells Camnet TV News that the process on the Copperbelt is very slow as people are now spending nights at registration centers just to get a voter's card. He has asked the Commission to change its system if more people are to be reached. Mr. Chiseve fears that if nothing is done, the 9 million target may not be reached as of 12 December 2020.
In a crisis. We are calling this a crisis. You have seen that now ECZ is even increasing some registration centers in towns which they are calling 24/7. This wouldn't have been there if the right preparation was there from the word go. You heard the president last week himself when he was in Eastern Province saying the system is not okay. And if this is the way it will be even on voting day, then we expect problems. But even the opposition has been saying this, civil societies have been saying this, and now the president himself is saying what has been said by others. So to us as GIAs, we are still emphasizing on the need to improve on the system, increase the manpower, increase the equipment, and increase the centers if we are to get 9 million in the next 1 month. But believe you me, we'll be talking of 60 days, we'll only be talking of about 6 million and not 9 million, because the system is not actually effective.
About 12 families of LUSAKA'S Chalala area along the Lilai Road have been evicted from their houses owing to the alleged failure by the current owner of the land to settle an outstanding balance on the initial purchase price of the land where a number of houses have been built. The names of the current and previous owners have been withheld as advised by the affected tenants, who also never wanted to speak on camera. The evicted tenants have further told Camnet TV News that the matter is currently active in the courts of law. It is believed that after purchasing the land in question, the current owner opted to subdivide it and started reselling it before finalizing payments to the previous owner. A check by Camnet TV found several affected families outside with their goods outside their houses, but making efforts to secure their properties in the view of the rains. The action was undertaken based on a court order by recommending the eviction of the people occupying the houses on the piece of land under contestation. Still to come in the news, late Republican Progressive Party President James LUKUKU's case Wednesday morning came up for continued trial defense. Please join us for the details after this short break.
From time immemorial, we have had different types of lighting options, from those that can burn down our investments in minutes to those that dig holes in our pockets due to constant replacement and huge consumption of our ZESCO units. Savenda Electric introduces the new and advanced electric bulb with cutting-edge technology of LED that has low power consumption, gives out bright white light, and lasts up to 25,000 hours. Savenda Electric manufactures all types of LED light, like plastic LED fluorescent tubes, down lights, ceiling lights, outdoor fittings, and solar street lights made to customer specifications. Let's live on the bright side of life by choosing the wide range of Savenda electric lighting solutions that are available in all leading stores and supermarkets countrywide. For orders, call 0962 642 490 or email jnbunda@savenda.com or pchabula@savenda.com.
We all miss the days we would play outside, go to school, and visit fun places. But now, we all have to take care to prevent the coronavirus. Viruses are really tiny particles that we can't see with just our eyes, so we need to keep ourselves safe by practicing good hygiene, such as washing our hands with soap and clean water regularly. We can also use hand sanitizer to keep our hands clean. It's also important for us to keep our bodies and surroundings clean. We must also avoid handshakes, hugs, and standing close to other people in public places. This is called social distancing. The coronavirus has affected millions of people around the world, so we need to stay safe. In the meantime, we can keep ourselves busy by reading a book, watching TV, and doing some schoolwork. There's so much we can do indoors. Stay safe, stay home, and prevent COVID-19. We're all in this together.
This advert is sponsored by the Zambia Revenue Authority, ZRA. My tax, your tax, our destiny.
Hello, have you heard about Msika? Do you know that you can advertise for as low as 150 kwacha for 30 seconds? Well, Msika is here. Advertise on Msika between 17 hours and 18 hours. Just tell us about the services that you offer and we'll gladly put you on the market. For more details, you can contact
+260 953 995099. +260 962 444 726 or +260 971 177 467.
Msika, allowing your business to grow.
Welcome back. Thank you so much for staying with us. We continue with our news stories. Government has stressed its commitment to diversify the economy by boosting the tourism sector through conservation of wildlife resources. Ministry of Tourism and Arts Permanent Secretary Auxilia Mponga notes that Zambia can benefit economically like other countries such as Kenya are doing through wildlife resources. Dr. Mponga issued the remarks on Wednesday when Worldwide Fund for Nature WWF handed over an operational vehicle and other equipment to the Department of Parks and Wildlife. More details in this report.
The Worldwide Fund for Nature has partnered with the Ministry of Tourism and the Department of National Parks and Wildlife to achieve a diversified tourism sector in line with the 7th National Development Plan by strengthening capacity of the Department of Wildlife and National Parks. The equipment donated include a Toyota Land Cruiser, radio systems and cyber tracking equipment, among other things. The contribution worth 1 million kwacha is meant to enhance logistical support towards game park patrols in order to curb wildlife crimes such as poaching and encroachment. Ministry of Tourism and Arts Permanent Secretary Dr. Auxilia Mponga expressed gratitude for the gesture.
Let me reiterate that this equipment will contribute to improve effectiveness in the park through patrols and provision of safe working environment for the officers. Let me therefore take this opportunity to express my profound gratitude to WWF for making this donation, which will go a long way in protecting wildlife. The Ministry of Tourism and Arts pledges to ensure that the equipment is well safeguarded and used for the intended purpose.
Dr. Chum is National Parks and Wildlife Director.
I'm really thankful for the true partnership that we've had. We have had challenges, of course, managing Sioma, and we're thankful that WWF did recognize the potential of Sioma Ngwezi National Park and them deciding to help us in the management of the area. The potential is that it can easily be translated into an economic engine for the country.
WWF Country Director Nachila Lankombo explained that the intervention is aimed at strengthening the delivery of its mandate to protect and conserve wildlife and is focused on enhancing efficiency in the Kalabo Area Management Unit.
LUA started as early as 2003 through the support that was channeled to African Parks, who has the mandate to manage the national park. Since 2009, WWF has invested over 2 million euros in the support of conservation efforts, in support of restoration of wildlife and protection of wildlife in that landscape. Most recently, in 2017, WWF partnered with the Dob Ecology, which is a foundation from the Netherlands, to start the Upper Zambezi program. And the focus of this program has been to build on WWF's and DMPW's historical efforts to rebuild the wildlife estate in Liua and make it yet another tourism destination in Zambia, in addition to Mosutunia, Luangwa, and several others that are doing quite well. This support is based on the rationale that protected areas in Zambia face a number of problems, such as encroachment and degradation of wildlife corridors and habitats, and emerging large-scale infrastructure developments within wildlife corridors, including mining.
Patrick Soko, Camnet News in Lusaka.
The Golden Party of Zambia is concerned about what it terms as government's failure to normalize the ever-increasing cases of land wrangles in the country. Party President Jackson Silavwe has noted that foreigners seem to be enjoying smooth procedures when acquiring land, whilst the local people are met with strict conditions and later illegalities perpetrated by people who are supposed to help them acquire genuine pieces of land. Mr. Silavwe has cited the recent incident involving over 80 Kawe-based families whose houses were demolished on allegations of having built on land belonging to the Zambia Army as SAD. The Golden Party has therefore stressed the need for government to prioritize the welfare of its people, knowing too well that there is no other place they can call home other than Zambia.
As Golden Party of Zambia, we have noted with concern government's failure to arrest the ever-increasing cases of land wrangles in the country. While foreigners seem to be enjoying smooth processes and procedures when acquiring land, our local people are met with strict conditions and later illegalities perpetuated by people who are supposed to help them acquire genuine pieces of land. The recent incident involving over 80 based Kabwe families whose houses were demolished on allegations of having built on land belonging to the Zambia Army has left us sad as Golden Party of Zambia, especially that the government through the office of the District Commissioner is on record refusing to help our people. Another group of 10 families along the borders of Liteta and Chakumbira chiefdoms in Central Province had their houses brought down and burnt by a non-PF official. Also on allegations that they were built on his land and no help has been given to victims. Later, the same PF official went on to have their victims detained for over 2 weeks at Mumba police station without a charge. As Golden Party of Zambia, we are left to wonder as to who then will help these victims, especially where government through its officials, such as the Kabwe District Commissioner, can come out openly and tell the victims in their face that nasamba muine chitenefyo mulefwaya.
National Water Supply and Sanitation Council NWASCO Secretary Andrew Mwansa says access to clean water is critical, hence calling on service providers to ensure that provision of clean and safe drinking water reaches vulnerable communities. Mr. Mwansa has disclosed that NWASCO's strategic plan will ensure that it enhances enforcement and innovation to efficiently and effectively regulate water supply and sanitation services. He reiterates that the 2021 strategic plan in place, it will help in promoting corporate governance in order to ensure that commercial utilities are accountable, transparent and efficient in their operations. Mr. Mwansa was speaking on behalf of NWASCO Director Kelvin Chitumbo during a media briefing in Lusaka.
We look forward to strengthening the capacity of NWASCO in terms of our implementing the regulation of raw water supply and sanitation, as well as urban on-site sanitation service delivery. Of course, we look forward to effectively regulating the water supply and sanitation service delivery so that we see an improved and inclusive service provision. We look forward to mobilizing financial and other resources in order to facilitate the effective operations of the institution itself, and also to see that regulated entities become financially sustainable. We also look forward to ensuring that there is good corporate governance. You know that corporate governance is the bedrock of effective operations of any institution, as it says in principles and practices that the institutions need to adhere to. So we look forward to continuous promotion of good corporate governance in our sector so that there is transparency, accountability, and efficiency in the operations. Remember, we talked about information management systems. It's a critical tool for us as a regulator and the entity and the sector. So we strive to enhance information management systems in order to ensure that the information is available and is up to date. So that as you come to our resource center, for example, you'll find information that's up to date for you to make a meaningful decision out of it.
And in other news, late Republican Progressive Party President James LUKUKU's case on Wednesday morning came up for continued defense. However, Mr. LUKUKU's lawyer, Mulambo Haimba, Haimbe asked the court to discontinue the case on account that the accused person is deceased. Mr. LUKUKU died on the 31st of October 2020 after a short illness. But Chief Resident Magistrate Lamek Mwale ordered that the defense produces a death certificate of the deceased for the purposes of the court records. The late Mr. LUKUKU was charged with expressing hatred and contempt against Chinese nationals due to their race. In this case, the late was alleged to have uttered words and published writings expressing and showing hatred for Chinese nationals because of their race and place of origin when he allegedly issued the statement in which he called for the people to protest against the Chinese influence in Zambia. The matter has been adjourned to the 8th of December 2020 for production of the death certificate. National Democratic Congress leader NDC's lawyer Keith Mwemba has asked the Lusaka Magistrate Court to acquit his client Tshimba Kambwili in a matter he is accused of uttering racial remarks against an Indian national. Defense counsel Mwemba has submitted before the court that the offense, Mr. Kambwili, cannot be persecuted without the consent of the Director of Public Prosecutions, DPP. The defense further submits that the consent the state is relying upon is hinged on morality, particularly incest by males and females. This is in a matter in which Kambwili has been accused of expressing hate speech to a person of foreign origin. More details in this report.
I'm not laughing. It's not a joke. How can you come in our country to write this when Zambians have not joke? Go back to your country.
The LUSAKA'S Magistrate Court is on the 4th of December 2020 expected to make its ruling on whether opposition leader Tshimba Kambwili will be acquitted or found with a case to answer in a matter he has been accused of expressing hate speech to a person of foreign origin. In a video that circulated on social media last year, the accused was allegedly seen uttering words to an Indian man, the evidence the prosecution team relied on and proceeded to prosecute him. Kambwili, a former Minister of Information and Broadcast Services and currently the leader of National Democratic Congress Party, NDC, is alleged to have on the 19th of February 2019 expressed racial remarks on Rajesh Kumar Vimar, an Indian man, while he was working at a construction site. However, the accused, through his lawyers, doubted the authenticity of the case and if the Indian man did actually lodge a complaint because he has never appeared before court to testify in the case. Lead counsel of the NDC leader, Keith Mwemba, submitted before court this morning that the offense in which Kambwili is accused cannot be prosecuted without a consent from the Director of Public Prosecutions, DPP. The defense argues in its submission that the consent purported to have been made is hinged on morality, and this section in the Constitution refers to cases of incest by males and females. The defense further submits that Section 70, subsection 2 of the Penal Code shows at no point the prosecution availed the defense with a consent to prosecute the matter. It states that the author of the original video has never testified before court, hence the danger of manipulation cannot be excluded as the best evidence rule has been bleached by the state and the history of the recording is not known. In conclusion, the defense states that there was no forensic report from ZICTA or any single expert who came to testify in court, hence submitted that the court acquits the NDC leader. Earlier, the state closed its case after the arresting officer in the case, Chikuba Maluti, a superintendent CIO of Lusaka, confirmed with the court during cross-examination that the only person who is competent to tell details of the recording is the author who filmed the alleged video. In this matter, Kambwili is charged with one count of expressing or showing hatred, ridicule or contempt for persons because of race, contrary to Section 71 of the Penal Code, Chapter 87 of the Laws of Zambia. Miriam Kemba, reporting for Camnet TV News in Lusaka.
Still to come is our international sports news. To stay with us.
And why do you look so pale and busy scratching yourself?
You know my skin is very sensitive. I've tried all the skin products and nothing seems to work.
Have you tried Oracle Pure Glycerin?
Oracle Pure Glycerin? What's that?
Just give me a minute.
Oracle Pure Glycerin gives your skin a youthful and healthy glow.
Ish, you're glowing. Don't tell me. Yes, I already know the secrets. Oracle Pure Glycerin.
Try Oracle Pure Glycerin for that perfect skin.
Stay home, stay safe. Times have changed. With the advent of the coronavirus, Lusaka Water Supply and Sanitation Company would like to advise its esteemed customers to avoid visiting crowded places. You don't have to move to pay your water bill. You can do it in the convenience of your home. You can pay your water bills through Zanaco Zapit, Stanbic Bank, Standard Chartered Bank, and FNB. You can also use Airtel, MTN, and Zamtel Kwacha mobile money transfer services. For any inquiries to report a fault, please contact our customer service on +260 211 251 571, +260 975 618 618, and toll-free line 5957, Zamtel only. You can also simply email customerservice@lwsc.com. This public announcement is brought to you by the Lusaka Water Supply and Sanitation Company. Water is life. Sanitation is health.
Have you had issues in your life and family? Has your life been stagnant or you have been going in circles? All hope is not lost. Your life will bounce back again. Dr. Francis Miles will be speaking at the Court of Heaven Conference on Thursday 3rd and Friday 4th December 2020 from 17 hours to 19 hours. On Saturday the 5th of December 2020, Dr. Francis Miles will conduct a full-day seminar on destroying evil limiting altars. Time 09 hours to 16:30 hours. Lunch and drinks will be on sale. On Sunday, Dr. Miles will conduct a service at 09 hours to 11 hours with your hosts, Pastor Victoria and Moses Chilua. Venue, the Healing Word Ministries International. Music by Kings Malembe Malembe. Admission is free.
Welcome back. Thank you so much for staying with us. In our international news stories, police in Nigeria have rescued 10 people, including 4 children, 4 pregnant women and 2 other women from an illegal maternity home, a spokesman said on Wednesday. The operation is said to have been carried out at the so-called Baby Factory in the More district of southwestern Ogun State on Tuesday. Police spokesman Abimbola Oyemi says the women told the police that the owner hired men to impregnate them and then sell the newborns for profit. The factories are usually small illegal facilities parading as private medical clinics that house pregnant women and offer their babies for sale. In some cases, young women have been held against their will and raped before their babies are sold on the black market. We now take a look at what we have in our sports news. In our sports news story, former Chipolo Polo coach owner JANZA says Zambia, just like any other African country, has been affected by the issue of age cheating owing to lack of proper development of youth leagues. JANZA tells Camnet Sports News that the sport league is underdeveloped, hence the selection of players have proved to be a challenge. He notes that age creating affects the progression as their lifespan of effectiveness tends to be limited for the player involved in the age cheating. JANZA has since called on the Ministry of Youth, Sport and Child Development and the Football Association of Zambia to put in place deliberate youth programs.
But I think there are no shortcuts in developing a player. What is missing in Africa, typically in Zambia, I think it's the platform for the youth. Because today, as we sit here, I think everyone is focusing on the elite football. Everybody is looking at the pyramid is like this. Everyone wants to come here, but the grassroots here, I have never heard anyone talking about it or any league, a formidable league that is there for maybe the under 20, maybe the under 17, maybe the under 15. So for me, I think we have still got a huge mountain to climb to talk about football development in Zambia, because we have tried, so to say, but we are not getting there. What I say we have tried is that I think on paper we have done a number of things. Like, I think there is an MOU that has been done between the Ministry of Sport and the FAs and so forth, so that at least the grassroots program can take off. But on the practical aspect of it, I think we are miles away from it, from reality, in the sense that we have not designed any policy, so to say, or guidelines that to manage the youth. And this is the reason that you find that, okay, maybe before I come to that, but I think I was trying to talk about the reasons why you find that in Africa there's a lot of age cheating and so forth and so on.
That sports news story brings us to the end of the news, but before we go, a recap of the headlines. James LUKUKU appears in court posthumously. 3 men defile a 12-year-old girl in LUSAKA'S KANYAMA compound. HH demands for the immediate extension of the voter registration exercise. In our international news, 10 rescued from Nigeria baby factory. And in sports, owner JANZA explains causes of age cheating amongst Zambian players. The Camnet world verse of the day is coming from the book of Ephesians chapter 2 verse 8 to 9, and it reads, "For you are saved by grace through faith, and this is not for yourselves, it is for God's gift, not from works, so that no one can boast." Thank you so much for joining me on Camnet TV, not just another channel. My name is Banda Tandiwe. Pleasant viewing.